Hey guys, how's it going? I'm gonna make another video on this my 2017 Camry. I'm gonna pretty much gonna be doing a catch can, an oil catch can update to see how it's doing on the engine. I took it off of my previous Camry, which was a 2011. It's the red one that's on my channel. I no longer have that one. I sold it, but the buyer didn't really want a lot of the parts that were on there. So I took off a lot of the parts from there and I put back the original ones and whatnot. So the catch can was one of them. Along with the cold air intake, it runs all the way down to the bottom of the bumper. Right now I'll show you guys that. Um, so yeah, I basically took off the catch can off of the other one, and I'm gonna see how it's doing on this Camry. I don't expect for it to be catching a lot of oil because that's really not the way these engines work. I mean, as opposed to like a turbocharged engine, but I do expect some oil to be there. I haven't checked it in a few months, about maybe 6 to 8 months. So I mean, there probably will be oil there, which is a good thing. I'd rather there be oil in the catch can than going back into the combustion chamber and all that. So we're gonna go ahead and check that out. Um, on my 2017, I got the hood popped already. So this is the engine pretty much in this Camry. It's a 3.5 V6, the 2GR FE engine. My red one had the 2AR FE, which is the 2.5 4-cylinder. Um, so also I went ahead and took off the cold air intake from the other Camry and I put it on this one. I had to adjust a little bit of things, but made it work. And the filter goes all the way to the bottom, way down there. And I did some test driving earlier, maybe about 45 minutes ago to an hour, to see the engine temps. And right now it's about 81 degrees outside, and I was pulling in 87-degree intake temperature, so not too bad. It's doing its job. It's doing it well, because before I had the intake here, what K&N likes to call the cold air intake, but really it's just sucking in all that hot air. So yeah, I really like the way this one's performing. That's the reason I wanted to keep it when I sold the other car. So I kept this one. It's working a lot better. So yeah, right now we're just gonna do the oil catch can update for those interested, because I know I got a few comments of people asking how is the catch can doing. Was it catching oil? So yeah, it does catch oil. It works good. It's from a company called ADDW1 or AddW1. Has a little dipstick up here. I can't really check it because it's kind of in the way up here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and the thing about this, you can unscrew it. That way you can check, and it also has a drain bolt on the bottom. But I'm just gonna unscrew it and see how much oil we're catching. So basic, just unscrew it and make sure I don't drop it, just in case it has a lot of oil. Also, there is a good amount of oil in there. So that's a good amount of oil. Can't really tell here. Let's see if I can pour this into a container or a cup or something, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and just got a solo cup, red solo cup. The oil's not too hot, so I don't think it'll melt it, but we'll go ahead and see here. So that is a good amount of oil, considering that this engine, it's not turbocharged, it's not high compression, it's a regular Toyota 3.5 V6. It's not direct injected, nothing like that. So that is a good amount of oil. Just gonna go ahead and clean this off here. Alright, so I went ahead and cleaned it off. It's nice and clean inside. just had a little bit of oil residue. Cleaned off the ring. So yeah, it's a good amount of oil. I mean, like I said, considering you can't really see it, but so yeah, the oil catch can, I mean, it's never a really bad thing to have. I know a lot of people say, oh, you don't need it, don't put it on your engine, you know. I mean, really, it's one of those things that it really doesn't hurt anything, as long as you run the hoses correctly, and you don't, you get some good quality hose, and you don't over tighten it, because then it'll tear into the hose and you'll have leaks. So as long as you do all that stuff right, I mean, you really can't, there's really no disadvantages, from the catch can. So that's the reason why I got it in the first place for my other Toyota. My other Toyota was burning oil, but it had a valve stem problem, so oil was getting through there and it was burning. It wasn't bad. It wasn't even bad enough to drive around with smoke. So, but nonetheless, I did notice it was burning oil. So that's the reason I got this, just to help out a little bit, and it did help out. So but I mean, like I said, I don't have that car anymore, so I mean, why not? Went ahead and put it on here, and just in a few months, 6 to 8 months, it's been doing its job. So yeah, I'm real happy with that. So I'll just show you guys the plumbing here. So really the way it works is there's stock on these 3.5s. You can find them in the Camrys, the Avalons, the Siennas, a lot of the Toyota vehicles. There's just a hose running from here all the way straight over there. In this case, you run the hose. Right now I had to put a coupling here because I didn't have a hose on hand, but it's still good, it's holding up. I plan to change out just to one solid line, that way it won't, because this is going to be an area, if it's going to leak, it's going to leak from here. So later on I'll do that, but anyways, we ran the line from the PCV valve, and I ran it to the inlet port. See, this one says outlet, on the other side it says inlet. So that oil is going to go in here. It's going to get filtered through the baffle and the built-in filter that's in the catch can, and then it's going to go out and it's going to go back into the intake manifold. So if you don't have a catch can, any little oil vapors, you all saw the oil that was in the can, so all that stuff, if you don't have a catch can, it's going back in there. So it's going back into your intake manifold. Your engine's gonna be burning it up and sucking it up, which it's not. I mean, the engine's designed the way it's designed, but again, it doesn't hurt to run this catch can. It's gonna help catch all that oil and just filter it out and just have air go back into your intake manifold as it should. So yeah, I mean, if y'all don't have a catch can yet, I mean, I think about it, it's a cheap little investment. There's a lot of cheap ones out there on eBay, Amazon. I mean, really, any catch can's gonna do its job. It's just really the quality and material that you want. I went ahead and got this one. I think it was about a little over $100, something like that. So I'm real happy with it. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video on the catch can. Hope y'all like it, and if y'all have any comments, questions, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. Let me know. Thanks.